So what's like some dating back to younger till now? What's like the biggest like realizations you've had about yourself?
I would say the biggest realization that I had is like the words "I can."
Okay.
Right. A lot of the times growing up, like I'd be more doubtful. It's like, oh, I know I'm not smart. I know I'm not like the most athletic physical guy, right? So like, don't even try. But now it's like, if you work hard at it, you can obtain and you can achieve. So now I'm like more in belief of that.
Okay.
Right. So it's more of like, I can.
Okay.
You just, are you willing to work for it? Yeah.
Okay. And so did you not have that kind of like ideology before?
Yeah. Up until a certain point.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I guess you maybe just like coasting.
Yeah, more coasting, and then just like nah, like I don't want to try, and then so I don't set high goals for myself or even goals for myself, right? So now it's like I know I can do it. Yeah, so things that are more achievable, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm still having a hard time putting that into my life. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm still having a little hard time with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what my expectations are, what my goals are exactly. Because I think at the end of the day, there's some doubt there. As well.
Right.
So I need to get to the point where like I can say I can do a lot of things.
I know I can.
Right.
Right now, there are a lot of things we say I can't. Not really I can't, or like I don't want to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But really you do want to.
Right.
But you feel like you can't.
Right.
But you're just hiding it with I don't want to.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. You're right.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's slowly trying to change, but I think I just need to find my lane and find like my passion or something.
Right.
And then I can, like really turn it on, I guess.
Yeah.
Or just like celebrate the little victories you do.
Yeah.
Like say like, oh, I'm not able to do this, then you like even it's like can't ride my bike with one hand, then you just do it, and then like, oh shit, I can do this, and you celebrate that little thing. It's like, all right, I'm gonna make it a little higher now.
Right.
Build off the small victories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been able to see that. That's a good way to put it too, because me myself, I don't think I've ever been able to properly celebrate the small victories. I always needed like the grand fucking,
I got you.
the grand boom at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? And like work in like silence without celebrating any real victories, thinking like these are just like stepping stones.
Right.
And waiting for like the big fucking thing.
I got you.
But I think life just isn't like that.
Yeah. But I'm not saying like pop bottles every time you celebrate.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
no, like I mean, no, even mentally. Like
Oh, okay.
I don't see it as a victory. I see it like
Yeah.
as just like, oh, this is like a step to do something.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or
Still to be happy about.
you're up 2-0?
Job's not finished.
Right.
You know, like I don't even think it's a step forward,
Yeah.
but I don't like it's not worth. I don't see it as a victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I used to be pretty bad at that too, because like a lot of people are like, oh, like good job, like, and then it's like, oh, I'm not there yet, right? And then it's like yo, just be grateful of like what you accomplished so far. It's like,
Right.
Because like you gotta appreciate the process.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to slow things down.
Yeah,
mentally,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
things day by day.
Yeah, just slow things down.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about you? What, like one of the biggest realizations you had about yourself?
I think accountability for myself. So like before I would like all of whatever something wrong, I always blamed something else, someone or something else. Like if like I got I'm not saying I did, but like say I got a speeding ticket and I would be like fucking cop, like you know, like kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
And then like, but it's like it's your fault at one
Right.
point.
Yeah.
Right.
No matter what happens, like don't complain about it. It's
Right.
like you had control. You have control of everything.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So like I like started like not complaining and like saying like it's my fault.
Right.
Yeah. It's like this is on me. I control the outcome of stuff. So like I kind of like don't really complain anymore. I kind of just like how could I have like it's my fault. What can I do differently next time to improve?
How do you stop that though from turning into something like depression, where it's like every little thing, it's like it's my fucking fault. Holy shit! Right?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good question.
Because it could turn into that.
I don't see it like because
But you're overall you're a very positive guy, right? So it's like
Yeah, because like I'm only looking at like how come this ended up this way? Can I do to improve? And
Right.
what I can do to avoid this mistake? again.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if like, say like someone on my team does something wrong, automatically I used to be like, fuck this, like this is their fault. I hired the wrong person. But then now to the thinking, it's like I'm the responsible for that person. I train them. If they're making that mistake, it's because I trained them wrong.
Right.
So like, how can I do better? So then like, and then like, once I started having that way of thinking, it like
Changed everything,
changed
right?
everything. Like
Yeah.
I don't beat myself up. I just like try to improve everything. I
Right.
can.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way.
Yeah. So like to simplify it even more what he said, like from what you said, how do you like keep from being depressed or like
Right.
whatever? I think at that point you have to really believe, like you have to be very aware of your capabilities as a person, what you're capable of, like of you're in charge of your
Right.
life.
Right.
If you feel like you're not capable of anything in charge, then I mean you're gonna go in depression because you have no confidence in yourself.
That's true.
So you need to be very aware of like what you can change.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and, and then like work towards that, and like be mad at yourself that you were able to change it but you didn't.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, biggest realization about myself. Fuck. I think maybe I'm not as special as I think I am.
That sounds kind of depressing.
You're pretty special to me.
No, but I think this is back in like on the other end of the spectrum,
Right.
the opposite of depression. I thought
Okay.
I thought I was special.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so when life hit me in the face and like made me realize I'm not special, it was when like people like you get all this attention and all this stuff from people like that, and you feel like that means something, you know. But at the end of the day, like you live your own life, like, and people are only gonna be there for your highs mostly, right?
I got you.
So when you're in your lows, you're kind of dealing with shit on your own, right? And
Right.
so I feel like when you're in your low, you don't feel very special,
Yeah.
right? And more times than not, as you grow over like that popularity and all like the, you know, like whatever fame, I guess, not fame, but you know what I mean, like
Right.
you're dealing with a lot more lows than highs.
Right.
I think that then at that point where that's when you like that's a big realization that I had myself. It's like I didn't deserve all that attention, really.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody does, right? But you ride that high, you kind of ride the wave for a little bit,
Right.
but never believe in your own hype. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
believe in your own hype.
I always like to say, I may not be perfect, but I've always been me.
What's that one yesterday? It's fake friends and shadows only show up when the sun is high. Or the sun is shining.
When sun shines. When the sun
Yeah.
shines.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Should we just read the quote?
Yeah, because I totally fucked that up. The quote is, "A false friend and a shadow attend only while the sun shines."
Deep.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Have you had, like, were you ever disappointed in a friend when, like, they didn't show up for a bad time, or you kind of just,
No.
or you kind of just like, oh, I guess they're not same level I thought.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Thought they were.
Okay, so let me get into this a little more. Okay, so basically, I realize I never got mad at people for not being there for bad times because growing up, I was always considered kind of like the problem solver for people, right? Like for example, one day fucking one guy fucking goes to the wrong party, and then now I have to go fucking solve this shit because he went to a party with like 50 guys that don't like him. So I gotta go solve this shit.
Right.
In the same day, I had to drive across town to solve another problem for someone else. And then the next day, fucking a friend robs a friend of mine who we're both friends with, but they don't know each other. Now I gotta go retrieve that package back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's just the shit I had to do, right? So
Right.
when you kind of viewed as this problem solver person,
Yeah, you're the fixer.
you yourself necessarily can't have problems. Because
Yeah.
who do I go to solve my
Right,
problems?
right.
So when people aren't there for me for certain things, I got used to it. I can't get mad at you for that because it's actually my fault for kind of like stepping up to this role. It's my choice to do this.
Right.
Right. It's my choice to assume this position. So therefore, I have this kind of like reputation to me now. So
Right.
like as a person who solves problems necessarily doesn't have problems or that's what people assume anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, to answer your question, I never were mad at people. I was upset for certain things, like me almost losing my life, people never saying a word to me, like stuff like that. It hurts you a little bit, but I can't judge them at the same time. Does that make my threshold for friends bad then?
No, because you just had no expectation.
Yeah,
But
but
then-
is that bad though?
It could be, because the thing is, it's like you only set the bar here for people and never let it go beyond,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it could be.
yeah. Because I think that's my downfall too. Because I can do all these things for people, but I
Right.
don't expect them to do the same for me.
Right.
Why is that?
Maybe because deep down you think they'll never like follow through anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or maybe perhaps I don't want to seem any lower than what they put me at
Right.
as well.
Could
too,
be.
right?
Yeah. Could be as
You
well.
know?
Yeah.
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 Because like I say like you might be like weak because you can't solve that problem on your own.
Yeah, like
'Cause
I think
you're the
I
problem
think
solver.
yeah, I think it's definitely an ego thing too.
Could be. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I can relate. Like maybe not to that level, but like there are like instances where I feel that way as well.
yeah,
Right. Like.
like an example, you don't mind?
Like I'm more willing to help than me ask someone for help.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's definitely the same boat. Yeah, for sure. I don't know why.
But I don't think I've been in a position where like I know I understand your story, but I don't think I've been there where it's like I'm the constant
it's-
problem solver.
Yeah, but
Right.
I think but you understand. It's,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's, It's the same like moral.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
so
yeah. I
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird though. I never thought about that. Why I don't judge people for not being there for me.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah, I kind of never did too in a way because growing up I didn't have much friends, so a lot of like issues I kind of like battled on my own because I had no one to turn to. Anyway.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So like as I got older, and like I was going through issues, and like my friends were there to help, I kind of was like I was more grateful. I was like, oh shit, it's like, I'm not in this alone.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
They're there
yeah.
to help. But then like
Because you had no expectations to begin with.
yeah, exactly.
I
So
gotcha.
like I never really judged my friends for like not being there for me because
Right.
like a lot of times even like and when I have issues now I kind of like try to like solve it on my own. But like if I'm like really like down, then like
Right.
I'll reach out. But like when I reach out, I only have like maybe two or three friends I
Right.
can like talk to anyway.
Right, right,
So
right.
like when I'm like reaching out to them, they know it's like
Right.
this shit's real.
Yeah,
Like,
for
I-
sure.
I'm-
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like I never really judged people for not like being there for me because I never really I didn't like no I didn't expect it
Right.
really to. I was
Someti-
like more grateful when people were like,
Right.
offering to help.
Right. And then like you did with like when you were working and employee messes up, it's like, well, I'm the one who trained them. So it's like, what did I do wrong? Sometimes I put myself in that position as well. It's like, well, they didn't respond, but then it's like, well, what didn't I do for them to feel that way
Yeah.
in order to not do it? Right. Then it must be something that maybe I'm lacking in. Right.
Interesting.
So like it's you turn it into a you issue.
Sometimes I can,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a me issue,
To give like, the benefit of the doubt. And then also like, how can I strengthen our relationship?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I look at it from that perspective.
But then sometimes people are just bad people.
Yeah, some people. Yeah, sometimes people are just bad people. Like,
Yeah.
I've had. I know how to choose who is bad and who isn't now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I understand, like when you have a new friend, you go through like the honeymoon phase and everything's
Yeah,
good. Like
yeah.
I do this for this guy, this that, and then like,
yeah.
but you can't base a friendship off of what they do for you,
Yeah.
based
Yeah.
off what you did for them,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like not everyone can always
Yeah.
pay you back, or you can't always
Exactly.
pay them back,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that if you judge, you're not really a friend.
Exactly, right? You're counting how many times
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah.
not right,
Yeah.
right?
In any relationship, you shouldn't count that stuff.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.